Hello everyone, I'm Dragonwhip and welcome back to Space Engineers. As you can see, I'm doing a little bit of modification. We've made it back to the ship. I've dumped off all the ice that we had in our bays, but I've realized that I had way too much trouble trying to get this thing back from the ice fields. And we still need more ice, unfortunately. So that's why I'm doing this upgrade. I was doing a little bit more research on the mechanics of wheels, and most people said, don't use them. Well, in this case, we have no choice but to use them, because I don't think, once again, I don't think the hydrogen engines work on this planet. And we need more ice for the hydrogen, which that's what we're lacking on. So what I thought, and I was doing some research, the people who have made wheeled vehicles successfully, they made mention that the more wheels you have, the better the load distribution, which I normally don't take weight into account when it comes to actually building a vehicle. I just build it for looks or, you know, design basically for whatever have you. So it's just like I didn't realize that the wheels themselves actually have a base weight they can carry, which, you know, if you have, say, 4 wheels that can carry 100,000 kilograms of stuff, it's basically, you know, that's all you can carry on that ship would be 100,000 kilograms. So if your ship weighs that much, it's basically holding up the ship and nothing more, and then you start loading it down with resources and other things that cause it to not work very well and not work by design because you built it the specific way, and it's all kinds of crazy. So they said that the fact that the more wheels you have, the more weight distribution you have per wheel, which will pretty much hold up a bigger and larger ship. So I figured that the best way to accomplish this was to actually double up essentially the wheels that we have. And I've actually went along the way and put each of these wheels 4 blocks apart to give each of the other wheels enough clearance to turn. And I'm adding one of the last few wheels that I need on here. We still need some stuff to get it up and running, but that's okay. But basically, now that I have this in place, I'm actually going to have to put one more over there. I've noticed that and I've done a little bit of testing, and I've noticed that it does hold a lot of weight a lot better. So it's not like this wheel, if the way I had it, it's like one wheel was trying to hold the entirety of the weight on one side, and we only had 4 wheels on front, 4 in the back, so we had 8 wheels. They were sharing the load, but once we started loading down with ice, the ice actually has a weight when it comes into contact, or when it's being stored in, or actually everything has a weight when it's stored in a cargo container. So basically that's where we left off, basically stranded, because all of our wheels could not withstand the immense amount of pressure being forced by the vehicle because of how much weight we had on. So I'm hopefully doubling the wheel capacity. Instead of having 8 wheels, we will now have 16 wheels. So hopefully that will help us out when we're traveling across the surface of planets or ice or whatever have you. What did I need? Small steel tubes and large steel tubes. So as you can see, the front 2 wheels are in a little bit shorter than the outermost wheels, because I found that if I kept them in this line here, this wheel on the inside was clipping and causing, and when you turn this drill on, these started getting destroyed because of the drill. So I had to move them out, like I think I moved them out 4 extra blocks, something like that. So I mean, it works, and I've been doing little basic designs on here, trying to keep it not looking like a block, trying to actually make it look like decent. Not to mention, not just for looks, but it actually adds greater support. So that way, if something gets destroyed, you know, you have those few extra blocks holding it on there. But I think that's basic common knowledge when it comes to space engineers. Make sure you always back up, you know, have a backup contingency plan just in case one block decides it wants to give out or gets destroyed or whatever. But as you can see, I'm making basically a spine. I'm actually going to connect all of this together, kind of like the way we had it previously. Make this just a spine where all of it's connected, have multiple contingency plans, so if one area fails, the other will take its place. And I don't know if this is adding unnecessary weight. It probably is, but I think it'll be alright. I mean, because by the time we got finished mining all the ice last episode, I basically had all the containers on here were full. So we had 4 containers that were just slapped full of ice, and we made it back, but only barely. So if I know that if that barely status continued, then I know that if I add like double wheels, it would work. So give me just a second to give me just a second to flesh this out, and I'll be right back. And there we go. I connected it to its spine, and I probably need to go ahead and try to connect all of this. Oh, wrong block. There we go. That's the one I need. And just connect it all up. Make a large spine. So that way it's all connected. Doesn't have to be there, but it's just for added support. But there we go. As you can see, I've got 16 wheels, or actually probably got a little more than that. You got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So there's 20 wheels on this thing now, because there's 10 on this side and 10 on this side. Oh, and we're almost out of energy. We don't need to die. But that's perfect timing, because now we can hop in the cockpit. And yes, this looks like a gaudy mess, but we can fix this. We can work with this. Replaced all the landing legs. Now that we're back at the ship and have access to all of our stuff, we've actually got all the landing gears back together, back working. And I basically have to just repair everything that was lost. Switch lock. There we go. And we need to go through and do basic wheel mechanics. It looks like there's one wheel that's not fixed. What wheel are... Oh, I see it. What are you missing, sir? Oh, I'm missing small steel tubes. Well, at least I went through and checked, because yeah, you'd hate to go through and start a testing phase with not all your components up and running. So let's grab 30. I know I probably don't need that many, but it's good. It's good. Ow. Oh yeah, don't go too fast. You don't get in a rush. You'll wind up hurting yourself like I just did. But that's okay. At least I didn't die. And there's always a med bay. So, alright. So we can unlock this. And then get those pistons to go down. Alright, we're going to have to extend these pistons again. And... oh boy. I need to set these wheels up. I should not have undocked myself. So here we go. All the wheels. And we're gonna set all of these the same way. We're gonna keep the turning radius 18 degrees because it seems to have worked. No. 30-ish friction, all power. Strength is going to be at 15%. Height offset goes into the tank. Put it all the way to the left so it's all the way down. And I think that might work. Yeah, I think that'll work. Put our dampening down to 80%. All right, let's test this out. No, just go back up. Go back up. The front ones did not unlock. Okay, so I'm in the lock mode, so that's not good. Landing. Unlock. And unlock. And there's one that's unlocked. It's ready to lock. This one's... okay, here we go. And it looks like we're doing pretty good. This thing turns phenomenal. And because the sheer amount of wheels being everywhere, this looks like it'll work. And as you can see, there's tons and tons and tons of clearance underneath, because that's one of the issues I had earlier, was the sheer amount of I didn't have enough clearance. And all the wheels seem to be doing okay, but because I raised the wheels up, the my docking situation that I had going on previously doesn't work anymore. So let's get this docked to the ship. Press 9. Come on. There we go. There we go. And I want to go landing gear, the one that's actually... okay, that one's ready to lock, so let's lock it. So now you see both of them are green. And let's go ahead and try to stop the wheels, put the brake on. But yeah, that's basically how I fixed this. And as you can see, it barely clears it, but it does clear it, and it doesn't scrape or do anything. So I'm very happy with this build. This is the updated version of this ship, and I'm pretty sure that this is about the way it's going to stay, because I have enough room to add more stuff on here if I need to. I probably could add some more drills, or even double up or triple up on the drills, going left and right, or have a whole straight line, or whatever works. But even though, yes, we do need more oxygen or more ice, I think we have enough. I think I saw it earlier. We barely have enough hydrogen to get off this planet. And that's one way I do want to make sure, that's one way I do want to end this episode, is make sure that we actually have enough hydrogen. Because last time I checked this, it was at 95% and it stopped. So I didn't know if we were out of ice. I mean, I checked and it showed that I had some ice, but it still, I don't know what the deal was. Let's check to see how much ice we actually do have, because I thought we needed to go out some... oh, goodness gracious, we have plenty of ice. Let's set the docking, or let's set launching procedures. Hopefully that I can lift this bad boy off the back. It is connected, and it's not connected to the ground. So yeah, it's not connected to the ground. So crossing my fingers, let's save. Alright, let's get the docking procedures going. Go to Control 2, get the pistons. Reverse. I want to make sure that all the pistons are in that group. And one is not. Alright, now, there we go. And then the landing legs, I want to make sure that the landing legs are all in the group so I can lock and unlock them at will. Alright. And I want to turn off auto-locking from all of them because I don't want them to lock unless I tell them to. So here we go. Groups. Landing gear. It's switch lock. So here we go. Unlock. Switch to number 1. Thrusters on. Thrusters on. Thrusters on. Come on. And then pistons retract. Oh boy. And let's turn dampening off because I have manual control of the thrusters. Oh wow, well, it's safe to say that the amount of thrusters we have on this ship actually will carry what we have. Alright, slow this down, slow this down. Nope, no, no. So basically I'm manually controlling. Do these even matter? Can I turn these off? No, I can't. We're falling. Please no. I need to go up, please. Okay, we're climbing. We're climbing. We're just moving backwards. I thought that was... Alright, so save. To save our energy, or to save our actual hydrogen power, let's aim at the horizon bar. Oh, we're dropping. No, no, no. Just in case the hydrogen, the thruster, the atmospherics do work. There we go. We're in an upward climb now. We still have a good deal of O2. So I'm just going to start decreasing the speed until we start losing speed, and then I will actually just increase it as we start dropping below a certain threshold speed. That should be good. And I'm turning the dampeners off so that way we're not fighting against ourselves. But we are in an upward climb. We are losing just a little bit of speed, so I'll increase the thrusters. On the bottom, I haven't increased every thruster. I just increased the bottom thrusters. I think I haven't added... I don't think I've taken anything off, but we're looking good. In the bottom right, you will see that we have 83. All right, we need to increase again. Come on, we need to go up. We're dropping speed. Increase again. Yeah, it doesn't even look like the hydrogen, the atmospherics are working. So what happens if we turn them off? Just turn them off because they're using so much energy. I don't want to run the risk of... Or were they working? I don't know. I'm just going to leave them on. Just leave them on. There we go. But we are climbing. As you can see, we're at almost 10,000 meters. So we are getting off the planet, which is fantastic. I was afraid that I wasn't going to have enough thrust with the big Rover on our back. but that's a good place to have it. Alright, decrease, save. Nope. Can I find a happy medium? Okay, we're increasing. The higher, and plus, like when we extended from, or when we elevated off of the planet, or when we escaped the Earth-like planet, we went something similar to this with the thrusters, the atmospheric thrusters. We just basically try to save as much power as possible. It's even more prominent with the hydrogen thrusters because you don't want to waste fuel, because the fuel getting off the planet is very, very precious. Because if you get, like, you're sitting there constantly pressing it, it's going to continue to use hydrogen regardless if you're accelerating, because you only have a certain speed limit. And if you're sitting there constantly just throwing a hydrogen through the system and you're not gaining any more speed, I mean, of course, I probably could get like a speed limit mod that increases the speed limit to a crazy amount, but we don't. We're still playing stock, other than some extra welders that we modded in. So we are continuing to gain speed, and the higher we get, the less of the less of the hydrogen thrusters we need. So I know this is probably boring, so I'm going to speed through this part, and I will meet you when we're back in space. Alright, we are in space. So I'm going to turn dampeners back on so we come to a nice stop. And look, this ship looks really, really weird due to the fact that it's got a big rover on the back. Oh, this is weird, but it lifted it up, no problem. So I'm happy about that. I'm very, very happy. And now, once we get to a relative stop and I get my bearings back, we could actually move the rover down or up or whatever have you. Probably set it in a nice space where our forward thrusters don't hit it, because I probably need to change the design once again, but that's okay. I think now that I've gotten the basic design down, I might just have to change the front ones. I don't think I have to change any of the other ones. So basically just cap it off or run it along underneath or whatever. I'll fix it off camera and let you know what all about it in the next episode. But we're back in space. Yeah, we have enough ice, and we still have plenty of hydrogen left. So if we need to do something, and we even have the more ice that it's causing the hydrogen to go up. Actually, if we look, our hydrogen is 71.9. Yeah, see, we have more ice that is being dumped into hydrogen. So we have plenty of hydrogen for the next planet that we land on, and the next one that I am aiming for is a planet that I can't relatively show you at the moment because it is missing. Either that or it's on the other side of the Mars planet. So we're basically going to go to the alien planet and meet the nice relative locals that are there. Hopefully they don't eat my face off, but we'll wait and see what they do when we get there. So thank everybody for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a big thumbs up. And until next time, see you later.